Testing, testing, testing. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I think I'm streaming, or I have been streaming for a minute. So today I wanted to go over the charts again as like a Wednesday, like a weekly update. I do want to get these streams started closer to around either 7 to 8 or 8 to 9 Central Time. Today was a bit of an unusual timing for me, at least for the stream. Let's see. So I'll let these indicators load, but I did make a stream earlier in the week. Kind of how in the stream earlier, I explained my reasoning for my drawings, my support resistance levels. And so for right now, we're at Wednesday. Let's turn on the daily TPO to get the open and closes. And then let's make these settings automatic. And then let's do 400. I think I lowered it. Okay, but did I move something? Yep. How is this not locked? Okay, was it locked? There we go. So we have the initial balance here. It's in this section right here. And let me just make that my daily color before I forget. Okay, so right now we went below the initial balance. We tested the weekly developing point of control, and for the weekly, given it is Wednesday, it includes 3 days of trading. So it is, I do like that it is seen as a sign of support here. So a potential move to the upside that I like is something like this. So targeting like this previous weekly developing point of control. If you want, you can, well, again, not financial advice, but I do like an entry at the weekly POC. If we do get it, you could enter now as well, and you still have a solid risk to reward. Not financial advice again, but yeah, we'll lock it. And for a stop loss, I have it here, kind of basing it off of, I guess it would be like this section. If we delete that, make a composite POC that includes just this section down here. We extend the point of control. Let's make it white. And you see that we're in this section here. That's this like support resistance area. Like it lines up, and I don't have text there, but it does line up well there. So I do see it kind of ranging in this zone for a little bit. Well, we already ranged a good amount. I guess the next thing that I would, going back to my original idea, I would like to see a potential move to like 106. I feel like Bitcoin is gonna chop around for most of June. I am also, I'm not expecting, but I do have like alerts that link that high 90s, 95 to 97 for like more of a July, maybe August, like later in the year. But yeah, we'll see what Bitcoin does. So that's my short-term play, I guess, for the week. If we go to Ethereum, we see that it's been kind of ranging here again at this bottom section of support resistance. If I extend it out a bit, let's see. So in this section it was June, so like last week. But I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna make this composite again. And you can see that price is like right in this like middle area for the most part. So if we make a drawing here, it's something like this section here is what I would say is the like point of control area. And if we extend that, lock it, don't I have a template for this? Probably not. Template, nope. So style, I really need to make templates. I should make one right now. Settings, save as. Okay, so as long as we start closing here, like around 25.46 or so, I do like a move up to 25.70 or so, and then we'll see what price does then. Here we have the weekly developing. It's this green line, so that's why that is my like short-term target. Longer term, I do also have alerts to the downside, just because on this pattern here, if we draw this out here and we close this composite, make it a line chart that's a little brighter, you can see that price is really testing the bottom section of this like range we've been in. So it's tested it a little too many times for me. I do have alerts here at this monthly developing point of control at 1845 or so, which is a huge move down, 27% move down, 36 from the local top. I'm not saying we'll get it, but I'm have alerts there, kind of stink bits just in case. And short term again, oh, I didn't put my like a paper trade, I guess it's what it is, but I do maybe want to set it, I would set maybe alerts around 25.52 as like a short term trade. Oh. And just as because you might see it kind of chop around in this section here, but once it breaks like this level, which is 25.36 or so, the top of this section here, then you might see price go more to the upside. So I'll set an alert above and below the range just to see what price does short term. Potential targets nearby would be like 25.75 or so. And for a stop, you really don't want to see it go to this section down here. So you can either do idea 1 or I could do idea 1 or idea 2, because again, not financial advice. So something like that. Let's see. I don't know, something like that. We'll see how it plays out. So that's Ethereum. I think I spent enough time on it. I do like this weekly as a potential target as well. We did kind of reject that area earlier in the week, or in the month, earlier in the week. So we'll see. I think if I was like maybe medium term, like trading for a few days, I might see if, or set alerts if price starts to accept above here, then maybe a move towards like this section would be reasonable. Anyways, that's ETH. for Solana. Let's check out my drawings. We might have to wait for the indicators to load. Was this the chart I was using? Maybe it was longer term. Or maybe it was a different layout. What? I think this was it. So if I turn off the value area, I'll make that, I don't need the daily right now. Well, I should cut that off, but either way, if I try to draw these indicators for Solana again, well, I'm not going to, I already drew them earlier, but right now we're in this level around the 6-month POC. So that's in traditional markets. I found like if it was towards the end of the month, the 6-month POC is where price would want to go, and not always, like just more often than crypto markets. So 3 months, we also have this we're also at around that point of control for Solana. So I do see it maybe bouncing in between these two sections here, and this is the past 3 months of data. So if I disable the look back, it should be about the same, because now it's including 2 months, 18 days or so of data instead of the past 3 months. But short-term targets, if you're looking for longs, or if I'm looking for longs, I should say, targeting this section around 194 to 199 is like a good spot. And down, I mean, I'm concerned about a potential move lower. This to me is like a head and shoulders. Here's something like this, this, and sometimes even going back to something as simple as fibs is not really helpful, but sometimes they do line up. So that measures to like 117 to 104. Do we have any points of controls down there? This like 95 or so. I don't know that we'll get it. That'll be a from the local high a 50% move. Yeah, that's kind of longer term. If I go shorter term, if I'm looking for moves up, targets wise, I do kind of like this like 174 range. So maybe like I might do something like this. Stop here if I'm looking to get in now, but we see if we zoom in to the, let's do the hourly time frame. You can see this area is like locally being respected. Okay, it looks like I lost connection for a bit, but you see, yeah, you see this area is being respected. So as long as it's respected, you can expect it to be, you can't expect it, but a theory is that it might keep holding. But near term, we are kind of like at the lows, so I wouldn't want to see price action like have a lot of price action below like 146. Guess my favorite trade to the upside would be something like that. So yeah, we'll see how this plays out, this favorite trade. If, again, not financial advice, this is just for entertainment purposes. Longer term, a move to 171 doesn't look horrible. If we can just get past like 152, you see here we kind of tried, but then we failed. So we went up to here, then went back down. So we'll see what price does the rest of the week. TPO, the monthly TPO being higher, I do like. We still have like 2 weeks left in June, So for maybe a short-term trade, I do like this paper trade. Yeah, and that's Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana. So I want to stop this stream, like this YouTube stream at least, and I'll catch you guys